Never forget the slyness of actors. We know that if you have something in your stomach first, you clap louder. This will not be the first time and hopefully not the last. I lower the microphones. I was asked to come here tonight, along with many of you. I didn't know about it. I was here to promote a film. And I said yes, and then they asked me to speak, and I had nothing prepared. I made some notes in the interim, and I will start off with a disclaimer that I am on shaky ground. Coming here, I was late by 45 minutes, which you chastised me for, but I was outside being asked questions by the media. And because of the unfortunate coincidence of this being a cinema for peace and an impending war with Iraq, I was asked my opinion as an American. I'd like to start off by saying that I am not anti-American, but I am anti the views of the present administration. And I think that since 9/11, there has been an unfortunate manipulation of the media, which is mainly corporate in my country, and by the administration, to use the grief of that day to manipulate politically their views. And I am on shaky ground because I'm an actor and I don't know as much as I'd like to know. But I will say what came to my mind in the last 20 minutes. I come from the 1960s, meaning the last war that I am aware of, the Vietnam War. And I hope nothing I say now is an opinion, but simply fact. The Vietnam War was started on a lie. It was started on a supposed invasion in the Gulf of Tonkin by the North Vietnamese to one of our battleships that was stationed there. It never happened. It was a lie. It was a piece of propaganda to begin that awful war. Time may be repeating itself. I want to ask again questions of my administration as an American who is not anti-American, who is not anti-jazz, anti-Toni Morrison or John Updike, or anti the thousands of people who marched against nuclear armament and who are now marching against this war. I ask these questions that have, unless I'm mistaken, have not been answered, and they've been asked over and over and over again. If there is no immediate threat, why are we invading? If there is more of an immediate threat to North Korea, whose president has said if we bomb their nuclear facilities, they will blow us to smithereens, and yet my administration is in the mood to negotiate with them, to talk. There seems to be more of an immediate threat than Iraq, which we are saying may have nuclear armaments in 2 or 3 years. I ask my administration to educate my country, who maybe is wanting in more awareness of their foreign policy, of our foreign policy. I ask my administration if they're going to call Saddam Hussein the evil one, and it seems he is, then why in 1988, when we were against Iran and we could use Saddam and Iraq as an ally to help attack Iran, that in the year of 1988, when he chose to poison 100,000 Kurdish people, why we gave that country and that man that year $500 million, and the following year, we doubled it and gave him $1 billion. I ask my administration of my country to include that in the information, that why was he not an evil one then? I ask the administration of my country to answer the question, if we go in and use what I have read to be 30,000 pounds of bombs in 43 minutes, and that's who gets it, and their mothers, and their fathers. I ask what happens after that, which they have not answered. Do we stay there for years? In an economy which is not very good in my country? Do we spend the money to colonize them? Do we prop up someone? We don't have a good reputation in some of the people we've propped up, i.e. Pinochet in Chile, who killed thousands and thousands of people in 1 decade. And you know of the other examples. I went to the Jewish Museum today, and there was a computer which said, push the button if you think there is something in the German character which caused the Holocaust. I did not push the button because I didn't like the question. I didn't understand what they meant by German character. I find it ironic, and I include myself, on the number of genocides that have taken place since that genocide. Bosnia, Rwanda, is 800,000 Tutsis a genocide? Is the cutting off of hands and feet? And yet, in our frightened apathy, we allow it. We feel helpless. We feel that the corporate, the global corporate powers are beyond us. We have been living in different forms of genocide for What can we do? In my country, during the 60s, we dislodged a sitting president, mainly the students who were the ones to lose the most, because those were the ones that were dying. I have sons that are 18 and 21, and they find it hard to believe that babies that they are died, that they are the first to go. I am curious about power. I am curious about the physics of power. I am curious about the paranoia of power. Because the need for power exists because it is a replacement for the soul. We do what we can. We are here tonight. And a poet that was a favorite of mine when I was a kid, because he was the only poet I could understand, Carl Sandburg, said the following. And this is for all of us. The path of a frail flower up has sometimes shattered and split a rock. God bless you all.